Now at noon, Democratic leaders in Orange County speaking out about ICE enforcement in Central Florida.
We see today that ICE officials mock us as they evaluate the feasibility of the Lake Nona Detention Center.
The stand they're taking against a potential immigration detention center. Plus,
I'm just worried about how my son's going to adapt to the change because my son doesn't do change really well.
Parents sharing concerns after finding out a Brevard County school will officially close its doors at the end of the year. This is News 6 at noon.
Streaming on clickorlando.com and broadcasting live. You're watching News 6 at noon.
Good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Julie Broughton. News ICE is eyeing a warehouse in Orlando is receiving backlash from Democratic leaders in the community who say ICE is not welcome in Orange County. News 6's Stephanie Rodriguez was there as they took a stand against the potential facility.
Democrats have long stood on the front lines of the fight for civil rights.
Orange County Democrats showing solidarity for the immigrant community as they say ICE has ramped up operations in Central Florida.
A 900% increase of ICE holds in our own jails.
Last week, News 6 confirmed with ICE that the agency was touring a warehouse on Transport Drive to use as a possible detention facility. The visit came after reports swirled about ICE booking up to 200 hotel rooms in and around Central Florida. Orange County Democrats gathered to oppose ICE and call on people to join them as they protest the agency.
We have started a robust coalition called Immigrants Are Welcome Here. We still have the Constitution of the United States behind us, and we have the First Amendment that gives us the right to assemble against our government.
The warehouse ICE toured is in Orlando's jurisdiction.
I've heard nothing but rumors, nothing official we've not even been contacted by ICE in any official ways.
We asked Mayor Buddy Dyer what he's heard about this and what, if any, action he might consider if it were to happen.
I'm not going to speculate and think possibilities, but I will say we're doing all of our legal research.
In Orlando, Stephanie Rodriguez, News 6.
Now to DeLand, where police say this man choked a child at a bus stop before a witness stepped in. He's facing a judge in just over an hour. It all happened yesterday near Clear Lake Drive and North Spring Garden Avenue. Police say Christopher Schwabel attacked the child, then threatened another man with a knife. Officers say the man who was threatened pulled out a toolbox and hit him in self-defense. Schwabel is in custody and charged with aggravated child abuse and aggravated assault. His first appearance is set for 1:30. We will, of course, let you know what happens. Time now is 12:03, so time to get a check of your forecast. Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos is here. That's a beautiful beach shot behind you and feeling much nicer out there today if people like it on the warmer side.
We're back to the 70s, Julie, which I know is what a lot of people like, right? Sunny and 70. You can't really beat that across the entire country at this time of the year. Taking a live look, Daytona Beach Skycam, not tons of people. It is Wednesday, and the breeze is still kind of kicking up, so it's making it feel a little cooler right now. It's still in the 60s. 69 degrees. The humidity is slowly creeping up over time. We'll start to add a little more moisture to the forecast starting as early as tonight. Right now, though, the breeze coming in out of the northeast. Sustained at 14, at times gusting between about 15 to 20 miles per hour. Now, temperatures elsewhere, we're hovering still in the low 70s across our coastal areas, upper 60s to even mid 60s across our far northwestern zones. But we do have that steady onshore breeze, which will continue to make things feel nice and comfortable, albeit a little warmer than yesterday, but it once again will be roughing up the surf a little bit, so we do have a high risk of rip currents today and tomorrow. We'll have more details on more very beach-like weather in store for us coming up in just a little bit.
Hey, sounds good, Candace. Thank you. In Brevard County, the only school in Cape Canaveral will close its doors. We were at the meeting last night when Brevard schools decided to close Cape View Elementary at the end of the school year. News 6's Mark Lehman has reaction to that decision.
Parents we spoke with are devastated and were hoping to see their children at this school for years to come. They call Cape View Elementary the heart and soul of the community, but the district says it can't afford to keep it open.
It's the heart and soul of Cape Canaveral.
Parents telling us they're devastated after the Brevard County School Board voted Tuesday night to close Cape View Elementary. The decision leaving questions about transitioning to a new school.
I'm just worried about like how my son's going to adapt to the change because my son doesn't do change really well. He's very emotional.
The closure was approved as Cape View has been operating at less than 50% capacity. The district says the reason for the drop in enrollment is an aging population and increase in short-term rentals.
I look at this and, you know, you want to govern with your heart because my heart hurts when I look at a parent who's upset, right?
Board members saying the decision was unavoidable as Cape View has been losing students over the past decade and the district is overpaying to keep the school open.
We are looking at spending 2 times as much on students in one school than we are in another school. You have to go, where is that? Why? That's not fair.
With last night's vote, students here will transition to Roosevelt Elementary, which is about 7 miles away, a 15-minute drive in Cocoa Beach. Now, at this point, the district hasn't said what it plans on doing with this campus when it closes in May. For now, reporting in Cape Canaveral, Mark Lehman, News 6.
In Orange County, parents have a chance to speak out tonight against a plan to close 7 schools. Orange County Public Schools has seen a 4% drop in enrollment over the past 3 years, losing nearly 10,000 students. The district now wants to consolidate schools to try to save money, but parents aren't happy. Kids who have been going to the same school for years would be switching to a whole new building.
It does suck that the school's closing, but at the same time, what are we going to do if there's no kids to put into the school?
2 meetings are scheduled for tonight at 6, one at Chickasaw Elementary and the other at Eccleston Elementary. The district will hold a workshop on the plan next Tuesday. Now at noon, President Donald Trump is addressing world leaders at an economic forum in Switzerland. It comes as growing anxiety over the president imposing tariffs on European countries and his case to take control of Greenland. CBS News' Natalie Brand fills us in from the White House.
Would you like me to say a few words of Greenland?
President Trump took the stage in Davos with his push to acquire Greenland looming over the international conference.
It's the United States alone that can protect this giant mass of land, this giant piece of ice, develop it and improve it.
During his address, he didn't hold back, saying the island is critical for U.S. national security, adding he wants immediate negotiations.
This would not be a threat to NATO. This would greatly enhance the security of the entire alliance.
The president said for the first time he would not use force.
I don't have to use force. I don't want to use force. I won't use force.
But he also issued this warning.
You can say yes, and we will be very appreciative, or you can say no, and we will remember.
President Trump is expected to have a number of meetings with European leaders who have been standing with Denmark in opposition to his Greenland plans. During his speech, the president took swipes at Europe and NATO.
We'll be there for them 100%, but I'm not sure that they'd be there for us. If we gave them the call, gentlemen, we are being attacked.
NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte has tried to de-escalate tensions.
I think President Trump is right. Other leaders in NATO are right. We need to defend the Arctic. We know that these sea lanes are opening up. We know that China and Russia are increasingly active in the Arctic.
Danish officials are not attending the World Economic Forum, but the Prime Minister said while the country is ready to discuss security, negotiating sovereignty is off the table. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
In just over 2 hours, we're expected to learn more about what brought NASA's Crew 11 home early from the International Space Station. The 4-person crew came home last week after a medical situation aboard the ISS. That's about a month before they were supposed to undock. NASA has not said what the medical issue was or which astronaut was affected. NASA says the 4 astronauts will speak about the mission during today's press conference at 2:15. 3 school threat hoaxes just within the past 2 weeks, and law enforcement is fed up.
They think it's funny. It's not funny at all.
Coming up, the deeper impacts on these hoaxes on law enforcement and the community.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Florida Lottery.
There have been 3 school threat hoaxes just this month. Not only does it waste time and money, but experts say fake calls have a harmful long-term community impact. News 6 anchor Lauren Melendez breaks it all down with a warning from police.
3 threats in 5 days, but one major concern. They're all fake.
It takes me back to that very day, right? It's like pulling a scab off of a wound that is trying to heal.
In 2019, Rico Sharp's son was in high school at Lake Mary when he got an alert. It was locked down for shooting.
I just really went numb. I'm like, this can't be happening. Not here, not now.
A 17-year-old had taken her life. While Rico's son and the remaining students survived, he still can't shake the familiar pit in his stomach when he sees headlines like these.
To experience the terror and the fear that ran through my body.
Look at this, January 8th, 9th, and 12th. What do all these days have in common? Parents left scrambling, trying to get to their kids in lockdown because of what they thought was a looming threat.
They think it's funny. It's not funny at all. You have to treat each one as if it's a real call.
At Lake Brantley High, a tip about a potential threat forced to code red. A day later, and also in Seminole County, this eerie video of a masked figure threatening area schools, prompting immediate lockdowns. Then in 72 hours, Lake Mineola got a bomb threat.
Know what your kids are doing on the internet.
Flagler County not impacted this time, but the sheriff is no stranger to threats and says a single swatting call can cost upwards of $10,000 between the overwhelming police response and the subsequent investigation.
Knock it off.
But data points beyond the dollars, proving that fake school threats can have harmful, long-term ripple effects, like eroding public trust while traumatizing communities, prompting harsh warnings.
Where there is smoke, there will potentially be fire.
And you're going to get handcuffs on, you're going to get fingerprinted, your mug shot's going to be taken. You're held accountable.
Lauren Melendez, News 6.
All right, time now is 12:14, so time to get a check of your forecast on this Wednesday. Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos is here, and we're seeing a warm up, but again, we have some changes coming after that warm up.
We do, right? Temperatures going to go up for a little bit, and then they'll come crashing down, although it won't be as cold as how we ended last week and started this week, where we had freeze warnings and cold weather advisories. I don't see that magnitude, at least not with this cold front. There is one, a little sneaky one coming in possibly next weekend. But let's first talk about what you can expect out the door for the next couple of days. It is going to be a warmer stretch. Temperatures already at this hour into the 70s, and we could even get close to near 80 degrees come Friday and into Saturday. That's all builds up leading up to our next cold front that is expected to come through on Sunday. That will be ushering in a new cool down by early next week. Highs tumble back into the 60s. So let's talk about those temperatures out the door. You're grabbing some lunch, running some errands or whatnot. Temperatures right now in the upper to mid 60s across our far inland zones, low 70s up and down the I-4 corridor. Same temperatures there along the coastline. So a very uniform day. Temperatures at this point of the afternoon, right where they should be. We are going to warm a little further above average. But now let's check on that hour-by-hour forecast for your Wednesday.
Your forecast is sponsored by Strata Services.
All right, your highs this afternoon back into those mid 70s by about 4 or 5 o'clock. We're still looking mostly dry under partly cloudy skies. We're going to hold that chance of rain, the chance for some cloud cover overnight. A low end chance of rain primarily along the coastline. I do see most of us staying dry throughout the majority of the night, but that added cloud cover is going to keep temperatures even warmer than how we started this morning. So a very mild start tomorrow morning. So those who've been needing all the extra jackets over the past couple of days won't need as many. As you can see here, clouds, rain, futurecast, a lot more green starts to develop really come early Thursday and into the Thursday afternoon. Some scattered showers and a little bit more added cloud cover. And one of the culprits for the added moisture is because we're watching kind of a weak disturbance out over the Atlantic waters. If some of those scattered showers do hold, they could clip the coastline. We have that steady onshore breeze. So a couple of fast-moving showers along the breeze can't be ruled out. Then we're going to continue to keep that low-end chance of rain throughout Friday as well, but then rain chances will start to go up a little further come Sunday. That is due to our next cold front, and this is the cold front that is going to be making big weather headlines into the weekend. If you have any travel plans to Washington, New York, or even stretching as far west as Texas, parts of Oklahoma, it is going to be a rough go because not only do we have rain in the mix, but the combination of snow, freezing rain, sleet. We're talking a big-time ice storm for your Sunday across the deep south. Now, this tail end of that cold front will finally come through on Sunday, bringing us a cool down. Look at this. Freezing rain is the one weather phenomenon where that one precipitation that just just halts everything, and that's certainly going to be the biggest concern from Nashville as far out as Houston as well. Rain chances on Sunday as that front comes through, about a 20 to 30%. And then notice once that front finally clears early next week, we're going to stay pretty steady in the 60s. Another little warm up before temperatures tumble once again. Julie.
Candace, thank you. It was a birthday for the ages for one man in Fort Myers. He just turned 90, and of course he wanted to do it in style. Coming up, the trip of the lifetime he took with his granddaughter and the special guest who came along. And coming up on News 6 at 6.
This California man is now in a Central Florida jail, accused of sending sexually explicit messages to a child he met on Roblox. I'm News 6 investigator Erica Bergoglio. There's a unit here at the Flagler County Sheriff's Office that's not only catching online predators, but stopping them before they even contact a child. I'll tell you how they're doing this and the biggest dangers online coming up tonight at 6.
Here's a live look over downtown Orlando, looking so pretty from our Light Orlando Delivering Hope Together camera. You're watching News 6 at noon. We'll be right back. Okay, this is some great video you have to see. So you see this gentleman right here on the parasail. He is a 90-year-old Navy veteran. Sonny Loken wanted to celebrate his birthday in style, so he did. And he thought the best way to do so was to take to the air with his daughter Kaylee and his doctor Amy in Fort Myers. He and his granddaughter first went parasailing years ago, but this one, he says, is special.
We got to go to again when you're 90, and I said I have to talk to Amy and see if she can keep me running till I'm 90, and I said, and if I make it, you go with me.
Oh, I think he's still running all right. Sonny said he did have one complaint. He said he wished they were up in the air just a little bit longer. So happy birthday to him. This morning, Travel and Leisure, a major timeshare company, celebrated the grand opening of its new international headquarters. You see there in downtown Orlando, looking beautiful out there. The company says the relocation will bring more than 900 employees to downtown with an additional 100 high-paying jobs. City leaders joined the company's staff to celebrate the move. We spoke with Mayor Betty Dyer with how this is impacting downtown.
I think this may be the biggest, largest amount of employees that we have ever brought in one big swoop. EA was a large number, but this is a little bit bigger, so exciting. And what it means is people that are not only working here, but they are part of our culture here in downtown.
The event also included some remarks from other community leaders, a surprise visual stunt from the building's exterior, and a look inside the new headquarters. Looks great. Check out our new primetime lineup on News 6 Plus. Matt and Ginger have a new take on the day's news on News 6 tonight. That's at 9. Meteorologist Jonathan Kagas answers your weather questions at 9:30. Then watch the late news an hour earlier. It's all tonight on News 6 Plus. Be sure to download our streaming app for free. Search WKMG in your smart TV's app store. It is also available on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV. All right, taking a live look for you at Blue Spring State Park. Look at that. The manatees look so happy to be having a nice afternoon, staying warm out there. You are watching News 6 at noon. We're back in 3 minutes. Candace is back with a final look at our weather. Not quite as chilly this morning, so a nice trend for us.
Isn't it funny how relative it is? Like
Yes.
if we were waking up into the 40s in the summer, we'd be like, it'd be breaking news. But yes, today we started off in those 40s. Tonight, we'll be only staying in the 50s, so not as chilly. As you can see, overall temperature trends, highs and lows will be warming up. Look at that, even nearing 80 degrees come Friday and Saturday. Slight chance of rain returns late Sunday into early Monday. We're tracking a new cold front. The north side of that front's going to be bringing a mess to the deep south. Locally here, bringing us another nice cool down. Not as much of an Arctic blast, though, this time around.
All right, so we're keeping all of our winter gear out.
Yes.
For now.
Heavy, not the super heavy stuff, though.
Thanks, Candace. Thank you for joining us at noon. Our next newscast is at 3, and you can always check clickorlando.com for any updates. Have a great day.